From the picturesque Pacific Northwest and the city of Seattle, welcome inside Lumen Field, where all the 12s make it at home for the Seahawks. All right, we're just about set for football. The crowd is definitely ready. So are we. Off we go on EA Sports. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Set. And he'll take it for 4 yards on the game's first play. Here's a 2nd and 6. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. He's going to let this one go deep. Oh, intercepted on the 2nd play of the game. And the Panthers are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
So anytime a team suffers an early setback like that interception, human instinct says, Mike, we need to get away from our game plan. We need to adjust. I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of game left, a lot of chances to avenge that play and still connect downfield on some of these passes. All proven, though, Mike, they've got to identify what went wrong, let's correct it so we're able to move forward. This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You've got to have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
And he'll get this close to the first down. It's a pickup of 4, but it still leaves 3rd and short. Out of the shotgun, Young. Call it a gain of 13. It's a Carolina first down.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down. If you want to be a top-notch NFL DB, of course, yes, the athleticism is a given, but it's really, you have to be instinctive. The instincts are what allow you to maximize those physical skills, and you saw them on full display right here, leading in the big-time breakup.
Here now, 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Young. Now a deep ball looking for Brown. He is in. Touchdown, Carolina. That's his 8th touchdown of the season. A terrific play all the way around, finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
Let's go.
The first carry for the Spartan, Kenneth Walker. Inside the 35. And they won't catch him. He'll go all the way. 70 yards. Touchdown, Seattle.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back. Even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan, everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession 1. What are you going to do in response on possession 2? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
And he's going to bring it out from the middle of the end zone. And he will only be able to muster the 20-yard line on that return. They'll start this on the ground with Brooks. That one never got started. Defensive pressure too much, and they drop him in the backfield.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
And that's going to be intercepted by Tariq Woolen. And he's going to give a short field to his offense here as they try to break the top.
I know it doesn't seem like a ton of yards on top of that pick, but that was really well done. I mean, it's just going to make life so much easier now as the offense takes the field, trying to capitalize off of that turnover.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. This one intercepted. Picked off by Mikey Sandristil. And the Panthers are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
The pass intended for Xavier Legette. And it'll be 2nd down. Throwing is Young. He's hit as he threw. It goes to the ground, and it's an incomplete pass.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Here's the pistol snap to Young. A throw left side, taken in by Wilson. That catch number 40 on the season for him. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. To the outside, catch made by Brown. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. To throw, Young. Here comes the screen to Brooks. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
A gain of 15. 1st down, Carolina.
Young to throw on first down. That's caught. It's Brooks out of the backfield. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Young going to give it to Brooks. That one never got started. Too much defensive pressure. They dropped him in the backfield. On the handoff, this is Brooks. And the Panthers are going to be set up with 1st and goal. He couldn't quite break the plane, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line. They'll run with Brooks. Trying to push the pile forward. He didn't even get to the 1-yard line. They stop him short. No gain. They'll try it again from the 2. 2nd and goal. They'll go play action with Young. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Touchdown, Panthers. That is 2nd touchdown of the game. He's up to 9 now on the year. The kicking team off for the extra point. He's got it. And the Panthers will move out to a 14-7 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. Back to throw here to begin the drive. He's going to air one out for Metcalf. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. He'll drop to throw. That is caught. And he'll take it on in. Touchdown, Seahawks.
You know, Mike, at this level, not all touchdowns are created equal. There's some plays that result in touchdowns, and then there are touchdown strikes. And this one is the latter. I mean, you talk about a confidently thrown ball on the money downfield. It doesn't get a lot better than this, and his receiver is able to take it in for 6.
So back to level after the touchdown. In time for the kickoff. Here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Here's Young. Looking middle, and he's got Brown. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. A handoff. It's Brooks running right. And he is fortunate to get past the line of scrimmage. Call it a yard at most. Devin Witherspoon up from the secondary to make the play. 3rd and a yard. To throw is Young. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down.
A gain of 7. 1st down, Panthers.
Young. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down. Now Young. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. After back-to-back incompletions, they now face 3rd down and 10. He finds the big tight end, Tremble. 18 yards on the pickup there. It's good for a Panther 1st down.
And the Panther first down.
To throw is Young. They'll try to set up the screen here. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why. There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL you have to run the same amount of run.
They can still get a 1st down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. Off the play fake. Here's Young. This one caught just past the pylon. Touchdown, Carolina. 3 touchdowns for him now in this one. And he's up to 10 on the year. Now the try here for the point after. He knocks it through. The Panthers have broken the deadlock as they move out to a 21-14 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Tight end going in motion here. This drive starts on the ground with Walker. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
They'll look to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we're going to see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
He's brought down at the 37-yard line. A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
On 4th down, here's Ty Zentner to kick it. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. Intercepted. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick 6 for touchdown. A try here for the extra point. He's got it. And the Seahawks will even the score. It's now 21-all. So back to level after the touchdown. And time for the kickoff. And he's going to bring it out from the middle of the end zone. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. Young to throw on 1st and 10. Oh, he puts another ball up for grabs, and this one's also intercepted. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon.
Look, Mike, the reality here is that he's just not seeing the field the way that he needs to. Now, give credit. A big part of this is the defense doing an excellent job disguising its coverages all game long. Just before the snap, when he thinks he has the answers, the secondary changes the questions, and they've been rewarded with 3 picks for their effort.
Quick throw, taken in. He's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
So the Seahawks are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
And he's going to lose yardage here, taken down back at the 8.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor. They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
Good job so far by the defense protecting the short field. Now it's 3rd and goal. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation. And for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
No issues there. This one is good. And the Seahawks will take a 24-21 lead.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
Good job in coverage. They're going to get him down short of the 20-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Young. Oh, the struggles continue. Another interception. That's the safety, Percy Butler. And he is going to score. A pick 6 for the touchdown. The pick 6 for the score. Greg, that is the one thing this offense did not want to see, and it really is demoralizing to see that happen in that spot.
Absolutely, Mike, and that's one of those cases where you just would like to see the quarterback say, all right, I'm going to live to play another day. Don't force that throw. Don't try to make a play that's not there, because not only do you turn the ball over, you give them an easy 6.
And on the other side, the defense, what a moment. Uplifting for them. Big momentum build.
Yeah, and that's the way games are shaped in this league, Mike. I mean, you find yourself able to capitalize on a mistake by an offense. You get yourself an easy touchdown. All of a sudden, your sideline finds themselves completely rejuvenated.
And he goes nowhere. Buried back at the 15-yard line. On play action, Young to the outside, complete. It's Wilson. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Here's a handoff to Brooks. And this will be a Panthers first down. He gets it up past the 30 to the 32.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
And this time they are ready for him. He'll be thrown for a loss. No big gain that carry. It's 2nd down.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards. Bold decision there by this quarterback to attack the guy who's already made you pay for challenging him earlier today. He trusted his guy to not only win, but to defeat man coverage, and I think he got away with one there.
And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
He'll take this in back at the 16. And he'll get something there on the return, able to take this back to the 20-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
Here we go, set. Cougar 19. Check, Panther.
They'll run it with Jones to begin this drive. And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
They'll throw out of the gun. Metcalf hauls in that one. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple, and sets up 3rd down. Now they'll set up to throw. Now he'll air one out. That is brought in. And he will take this one in. 79 yards. Touchdown, Seattle. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here comes a return from the end zone. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Off the RPO, they'll get it to Brown. And he'll wind up out of bounds past the 45-yard line. His 8th reception of the game, and good for a 1st down. Throwing is Young. He'll set up the screen to the receiver, Wilson. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. On 2nd down, Young. So, 2 minutes to play in a back-and-forth first half. We're back to Seattle after this. They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down.
Let's go.
Here's the pistol snap to Young. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet. You know, Mike, you could almost just look down in the huddle, and the players are looking at the sideline like, Coach, isn't the punt team going to come out? And the coach was having none of it. He says, no, you're staying on the field. We're being aggressive all day long, and we're going to go pick up this first down.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Back to throw. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
It's pretty remarkable at this stage, Mike, that they're even winning this game. I mean, anytime a quarterback is completing less than 50% of his throws, you just don't see that very often, and it just seems like time and time again, this quarterback and his intended targets, they're just not on the same page.
And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker. The Panthers will take their first timeout as they'll discuss what's to come as fourth down's looming. The Seahawks going to bring their kicker out and try a field goal. This will be just inside 60, a 59-yard field goal attempt. This one not going to get there. From distance, it is no good. And they are not able to add on to their big lead. First and 10. Out of the shotgun, Young. This to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. And sometimes he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
A short one there, caught by Tremble. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins. And it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline. So as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
That's Dobbs open left side. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Second down and 3. From the gun, it's Young. Throwing left side there, but it is incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it's...
Oh, for the 5th time, he is intercepted. And the Seahawks have excellent field position as they take over right at midfield.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But, boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Now Seattle going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go until halftime. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line.
18, 18, ready.
A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. And he's not going to get too far. Tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is. I know it fell for an incompletion, but pretty impressive. He was able to push that ball really far downfield as he was being hit. Really says a lot about the arm strength that this quarterback has.
Got to get it to the 28, but now it's 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. And for the 3rd time in this first half, he's been intercepted. It's the safety, Jalen Petrie. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge chance to cut into the deficit.
So the first part of any interception is just end up with the ball in your hands, right? That's what every defensive coordinator wants. But anytime you can get yards on the return, that's just an added bonus. And that's what we see here. There's a little space, does a great job securing the catch, and all of those yards just set up for better field position as their offense takes the field.
So we reach halftime in what has been, to this point, a one-sided game. As we'll send you over to Orlando, our EA Sports Halftime Report with the coach. Jonathan, all yours. Coach, thank you. Not a rest at the break for the defensive coordinators, trying to figure out how to stop these offenses as we get ready for the second half. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The 3rd quarter is underway. That ball going to hop into the end zone. It's a touchback that will come out to the 20-yard line. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. A run with Brooks to begin this drive. Fighting off tacklers, pushing his way forward. Good gain of about 4. Here's 2nd and 6. To throw, Young. To the left side, it's caught by Brown. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
It's another big play in a game that's had its share. 38 yards. They'll go play action with Young. That's out to Brown, right side, complete. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it. That chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. We got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start. Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
The second down throw is incomplete.
That's a throw that's going to make them cringe on Monday, Mike, in the film room. At this level, quick hitters, those quick, easy passes, those should be borderline automatic. But it was anything but this time around.
And he's in. Xavier Legette, touchdown, Panthers. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line.
Let's go now.
Back to throw here to begin the drive. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And a big strike for good yardage there, all the way up to midfield.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. From his interior spot, that's Derek Brown on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9.
19 tight. Ready? 19 Lions. Check go.
From the 50, he'll set up to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
Let's go. Check.
They'll try and run it with Walker. He's going nowhere. That call, not the right one. It's going to bring up 4th down.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
They'll look to throw. That is incomplete. They took a chance throwing it on 4th and short, but not to be, and they'll turn it over on downs. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Young. Catch made, right side by Wilson.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Throwing on 2nd down, Young. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Off the play fake. Here's Young. And he's just throwing ducks up there. Another ball intercepted. Picked off by Jair Brown.
Well, Mike, this is entering the wrong kind of rarefied air. I mean, as in, it's only happened a handful of times since the turn of the millennium rare. It's an entire season's worth of picks thrown in just one game. I think at this point, you junk the playbook, you light it on fire, and we're just going to start from scratch next week. You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
He'll get this complete to Walker. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
A running back that can be used in the passing game is a handful for these defenses. And you can tell this offense, they're not shy getting this guy the ball. And I think the rest of this game, they're going to continue to see, hey, defense, do you have an answer for this guy? This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking them down for a loss.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. He'll keep it on the ground and keep it with Walker. And he brings it down to about the 28-yard line. Trevin Wallace in on the tackle.
Offset.
21 is the line to gain as we hit 3rd down.
Let's go now.
He'll look to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he will get cut down short, shy of the 20-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Brooks. And he's going to be stopped in his tracks. He'll lose a couple of yards on that one.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
A 2nd down throw for Young. That's caught. It's Brooks out of the backfield. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up 3rd down.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
Missed opportunities like these are a big reason why they find themselves down double digits here in the 3rd quarter, Mike. Points on this possession could have gone a long way towards making this game competitive, but instead, poor execution, especially in the passing game, and it's another wasted drive.
That's taken in. And he's going to have a Panthers 1st down, as this defense a little too loose there, giving up 19 yards on 4th down.
1st down, Carolina.
Back to throw. Young to the outside. Catch made by Brown. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, it's Brooks. And he's going to have a 1st down. Good run down inside the 45-yard line.
Taken down at the 43-yard line. A gain of 9 yards. And the Panthers 1st down.
On play action, Young. He'll go right and find his running back. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. On the ground, it's Brooks. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Back to the drawing board for this run game, Mike. The offensive coordinator and his staff, they have to do a better job giving plays, giving opportunities to their offense to find success on the ground. Because right now, they have no answers for this defense.
And that is incomplete. They couldn't hook up there. As time has expired, the 3rd quarter has come to an end. Gerard Mayo's made the decision, and he'll send out the field goal team. He makes up for the earlier miss. This time, the kick is good. And the Panthers are back within 2 scores. So down 2 scores, they're going to roll the dice here with an onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
Late in the game, this is where you see teams really start taking some chances. And boy, this was a big one, but it's not going to work out.
So they come to the line for first down and 10.
Here we go, set.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
They go 5 receivers for third down and 4.
Let's go now.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it, and that is incomplete.
Based on the routes downfield, it looked like the protection was designed to give the quarterback a little bit more time to wait for things to uncover downfield. So give credit up front to the defensive line. Immediate pressure early speeds up the quarterback's clock. He's got no choice than to get rid of it, probably a little bit earlier than he would have preferred.
The Seahawks going to bring their kicker out and try a field goal. This a 57-yard attempt. That is not going to do it. Tried to bite off a lot with that one. It's no good. And this will stay a 2-possession game. On first down is Young. Firing right side, brought in by Brown.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
That one knocked away and incomplete. Reek Woolen that time. Good coverage, and he breaks it up. Here comes 3rd and 6.
Let's go.
On third down, here's Brooks. And a nice job. They pick it up. First down. The march continues. They're at the 41-yard line.
Wow, a little change of play call here, and that's typically not what we see at this down and distance. That's typically a passing down, Mike, but they catch the defense off guard, keep the ball on the ground, and they're able to pick up enough for the first down.
Looking left side is tight end Tremble. He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. On play action, he'll set up to throw. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump? So a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5.
Set. 18 rapid. 18 rapid.
From the gun, it's Young. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
It's his ability to change direction. He's able to go from his back pedal to then driving that route fast enough that he gets to the ball immediately as it arrives, and he's able to knock it down.
That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
They went for it all on that one and just a little bit off. Ball winds up hitting the ground. They've got to move forward. The opportunities are out there. better execution, better location, and they got some big plays in their future.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
Here we go, set.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
And this is what the offense needed. Now, after that last completion, you still trail here in the 4th quarter. You need scores, and you need scores fast, so they cannot take their time. I wouldn't be surprised.
That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. That's the safety, Percy Butler.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown, and instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
Okay, ready? 70 range, 70 range. Let's go now.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
I like the idea of using the passing game to try to give your offense a little breathing room. You find yourself in the shadow of your own goalpost, Mike. Worst case scenario, you do not want to punt out of your own end zone. So I like the idea of trying to pick up some positive gains through the air. They've got to come up with some completions and try to pick up at least 1 1st down, or you're going to put your defense in a tough spot.
Throw left side, but that's going to be incomplete. DK Metcalf was the intended target. Now it's going to be 3rd down. And that call will not get it done. The defense ready, stopping him behind the line of scrimmage. And it sets up 4th down.
The offense had a decision to make. Was it more important to keep the clock rolling or maintain possession? They take a little bit of a conservative approach there, keeping the ball on the ground. Now brings up 4th down.
This will be returned from the other side of midfield. And it's a good return here, able to take it across the 50. Set up the offense with a short field. Young to throw on 1st down. To the left side, it's caught by Brown. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the 2nd half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark. Just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
And he'll be taken down.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the 1st down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
The ball still at the 8-yard line for 2nd down and goal. Out of the shotgun, Young. This one caught at the 4. And he keeps the legs moving, able to get it down inside the 5. 2 plays at their disposal, but they'd love to get it right here on 3rd and goal. And he will score again. Touchdown, Carolina. Make it 4 touchdowns for him on the afternoon. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off?
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Big moment coming up for the Panthers as they will go for two. To throw is Young. That's pulled in, and they're able to tack on the two-point conversion. Even with 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning, they're going to try an onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
That's a big risk in this situation here, Mike. They're hoping to catch them by surprise, but now when you fail, the other team is able to not only have a short field, they got a chance to extend their lead.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Going for it all. And he's into the end zone yet again. Touchdown, Seahawks. That is his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. He's across the 20 to the 21. That's where the drive will begin. They'll go play action with Young. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, like, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a 1st down. To throw is Young. Now a deep ball looking for Brown. And they will bring this into the red zone. Big connection inside the 20.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. They'll drop to throw. A throw there on 2nd down. Going to be incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
No louder place than here in Seattle before 3rd down. Here's the pistol snap to Young. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
A great pass rush is like a closer in baseball. When you bring them into the game, it's all but over. And that's exactly the case here. It doesn't result necessarily in a sack, but it was the hit that altered the throw just enough to end that play before it started.
They'll go. Young. He's got his man. Complete to Wilson. His 8th reception of the game. And good for a 1st down. Young. To the end zone. It's intercepted. Picked off by Darius Rush.
These second-half red zone opportunities are critical, Mike. I mean, you're not going to score every single time you get down here, but it feels like at this point in the game, this might be my last chance to get this deep. You've got to make the most of those limited opportunities. At least come away with 3. You're hoping for 6, but in this case, you come away with 0.
From out of the gun, he'll throw. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up second down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. He's got it! And he's going to take this one all the way. 80 yards. Touchdown, Seattle. Make it 4 touchdowns for him on the afternoon. Point after, coming up here. It's up and through. And the Seahawks will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. And he's going to bring it out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll manage to get this back only to about the 20-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Now Young. That's caught downfield. Dobbs. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 40-yard line. Can't ask for much more. 22 yards on the first play of the drive. Throwing is Young. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Here's Young. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down. Here's Young. Now a deep ball looking for Brown. And more of the same. Another interception.
And that should be the final dagger in this one. I mean, barring something dramatic happening here, Mike, I just don't think there's enough time or possessions left in this game to pull off any sort of comeback.
On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive. Not much there. Maybe a yard. The Panthers will take their first timeout, and they stop it with 22 ticks left on the clock here in the 4th. Here's a 2nd and 9. He'll look to throw. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him. Now a timeout for Carolina. That's going to be their 2nd. They get it with 19 seconds left on the clock. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. And that is incomplete.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
the return. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football.
Let's go.
On 1st and 10, here's Young. Open space there for Dobbs. 18 yards. What a great way to start the drive. It's a first down. Here we go. One final play. He'll let this go deep for the end zone. So the 12th man, a factor here, as it's a win for the